plants? Nutrition in plants. Short answer type questions. Question number 1. Wild animals like tiger, lion and leopard do not feed on plants. Does this mean that they can survive without plants? Explain. Answer. Plants. Herbivores. Example, deer, cow, bison, etc. Carnivores. Example, tiger, lion, leopard, etc. This is an indirect relationship between the plants and carnivores. As if plants are not there, herbivores will not survive and hence carnivores will also not survive. So as we know, herbivores depends on plants for their food. Similarly, carnivores depends on herbivores for their food. So this is an indirect relationship between plants and carnivores. Question 2. Fields in which leguminous plants are grown from time to time do not need addition of nitrogenous fertilizers. Explain. Answer. Leguminous plants at their root nodules have the rhizobium bacteria which fix the gaseous nitrogen from the atmosphere and release soluble nitrogenous compound in the soil, which result in increase in nitrogen content in the soil. Thus, farmers do not need addition of nitrogenous fertilizers. So as we have discussed in the chapter that leguminous plants are those which have pods and the seeds are inside it. Example, pea, gram, moong dal, etc. So they have in their root nodules this rhizobium bacteria which fix the atmospheric nitrogen in the soil in the form of soluble nitrogenous compound, which can be taken up by the plants through their roots. Write the difference between saprotrophs and parasites. Answer. Saprotrophs, the plants which derive food from the dead and decaying organic matter, are called saprotrophs. Parasites, the plants which derive their food from the body of other host plants, are called parasites. Mode of nutrition for saprotrophs is saprophytic. Mode of nutrition for parasites is parasitic. Examples of saprotrophs, mushrooms and molds. Example of parasites, cuscuta and mistletoe. Write the importance of the following elements in plant's body: nitrogen, phosphorus and potassium. Answer. Nitrogen helps plants to grow and make leaves. Phosphorus helps plants to grow strong roots. Potassium helps plants to make fruits and keep them healthy. Sunlight is necessary for photosynthesis. Then how do submerged aquatic plants make their food? Answer. Aquatic plants get water and carbon dioxide from their aquatic environment, and like the land plants get light from the sun, as sunlight can pass through water. Thus, even though plants are underwater, they still can carry out the photosynthesis process. So aquatic plants, they get water from the environment, that is the aquatic environment, as they are submerged into the water, and they get the carbon dioxide, that is the dissolved carbon dioxide, which is present in the water only. And the sunlight can pass through the water, hence they can get the light. So they can carry out the photosynthesis process and hence they survive in this way. Question 6. How would you test for the starch present in the leaves? Answer. Crush few leaves with a little water, filter it through a filter paper and collect the filtrate in a test tube. Add few drops of iodine solution. If it turns deep blue, the presence of starch in leaves is confirmed. So at first we have to crush few leaves with a little water, then we have to filter it through filter paper, and we have to take the filtrate. Filtrate means the liquid part, not the residue. Residue means the solid part, which is found on the surface of the filter paper. We will take the liquid part, which is the filtrate, in a test tube, and we will add iodine solution. What is the color of iodine solution? Brown. So brown iodine solution, when it is added to the filtrate, it will turn deep blue, which shows that the starch is present. Question 7. What is the advantage of growing fruits and vegetables, crops inside large greenhouses? What is the advantage to the farmers? The advantages. It provides a suitable temperature to grow. The crops gets protected from heavy rain, strong winds, birds, animals like rodents, etc. What will happen if the stomata of the leaves remain closed for a longer time? Answer. If the stomata of the leaves remain closed for a longer time, it will prevent the entry of carbon dioxide in the plant for photosynthesis. Hence, a time will come when the plant will die due to the absence of food, as all the stored starch in the plant will be utilized. So, if the stomata of the leaves remain closed for a longer time, it will restrict the photosynthesis process because it will not allow carbon dioxide to enter in the plant's leaf. So a time will come when the plant will die after it utilizes all the stored starch that was present in the plant, and a time will come when the plant will die. Draw the diagram of stomata and mention the stomatal opening and guard cells. Answer. This is the picture of stomata, and here the bean-shaped cells are the guard cells, and the pore or the stomatal opening is also shown. Give a brief description of the process of synthesis of food in green plants. Answer. Green plants make their food by a process called photosynthesis. During photosynthesis, green plants take in carbon dioxide of the air through tiny pores called stomata in the leaves. Plants take water from the soil through the roots. Chlorophyll present in the green leaves traps the sunlight and use it to prepare food from carbon dioxide and water. The byproduct are carbohydrate and oxygen. The whole process is described as carbon dioxide plus water in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll produces carbohydrate and oxygen. Now, assertion and reasons. So what are assertion? Basically, they are the statements, and according to that statement or for the statement, there will be one reason. So we have to check that the statement is correct and the reason for that statement is also correct or not. So the first assertion is the organism which take nutrients from dead and decaying matter are known as saprotrophs. Reason: the organism with saprotrophic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. So the first option is assertion and reason both are correct statement and reason is correct explanation for assertion. Option B. Assertion and reason both are correct statement and reason is not correct explanation for assertion. Option C. Assertion is correct statement but reason is wrong statement. Option D. Assertion is wrong statement but reason is correct statement. So here the assertion and reason, the organisms which take nutrients from dead and decaying matter known as saprotrophs. The organism with saprophytic mode of nutrition are called saprotrophs. So let's see the answer. Answer is option A. Because both assertion and reason are justifying each other. Precisely, the reason is justifying the assertion. Let's proceed. The second assertion. Some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients. The reason is the organism live together called lichens. Again the same four conditions on the options. So let's see the answer. Answer is option C. That is, assertion is correct statement but reason is wrong statement. Why? Because some organisms live together and share both shelter and nutrients are called symbiomes. Lichens is one of the species that are also formed by the symbiotic relationship, but the organisms, not all organisms are lichens, but they are called as symbiomes. Assertion. Oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. Reason. Oxygen released in photosynthesis is utilized by living organisms for their survival. So again the four options. Let's see the answer. Option B. Why? Because yes, it's true that oxygen is produced during photosynthesis, but this oxygen is produced as a byproduct by the process of photosynthesis. And this oxygen released in the photosynthesis process is utilized by living organisms for their survival. Both assertion and reason are correct statement. But oxygen is produced during photosynthesis. For this statement, we have to justify or give the chemical reaction or explain the chemical reaction of photosynthesis. That in presence of sunlight and chlorophyll, the carbon dioxide molecules and water molecules are converted to carbohydrate and oxygen. So option B. Assertion. Insectivorous plants are called partial heterotrophs. Reason. They consume insects to fulfill the need for nitrogen. Again the same four options and the answer is option A. Because insectivorous plants are grown on the soil where the nitrogen is deficient. So they have to fulfill the need for nitrogen, because we know the nitrogen is very much important for plants for their growth and formation of leaves. So they have to feed on insects to fulfill the need for nitrogen. Assertion. A mutually benefiting association between two plants is said to be parasitic mode of nutrition. Reason. Cuscuta is a totally parasitic plant. Again the four options. So let's see which one is the correct one. Option D. Because the assertion is wrong. Why? Because a mutually benefiting association between two plants is said to be saprophytic mode of nutrition, because both are giving benefit to each other. But in case of parasitic mode of nutrition, one is the host and another is the guest, because the parasites, they take the nutrition from other plants but they do not give anything in return. So the reason is correct, that is Cuscuta is totally parasitic plant, but the assertion is wrong. So the answer is option B. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, share the channel, and thank you.